Hey everybody, Don here again, and welcome back to Ragged Edge Lure Works. Today I've got these, I'm not sure what they are. They kind of look like a bomber, but they're a deep diving crankbait, and I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but stick around. All right then, I just figured out what I wanted to do. So this is a lure that I painted a while back when I was having camera problems, and I did not record it. This is a 2.5 square bill. I like to call my attempt at a pumpkin seed. I'm going to do something very similar to this. Well, if you look closely at this blank, it has the scales built right into the blank in a texture kind of a pattern. These things that I'm using today don't, so I'm going to make some scales with this screen. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to throw down a good layer of pearlized gold, and then I'm going to wrap them in screen. I'm going to spray some of this pearl tangerine on the bottom to give it that nice color. I'm going to paint some more pearlized gold on the top once we've removed the screens, and then I'm going to top them off with a little detail moss green and a little detail sepia, and for the spots I'm going to use this aqua blue, and I'm going to use a combination of stencils. This is a crappie stencil, and I'm going to use about the back half of that. This is a baby bass, and I want to use that front part right there. So we're going to kind of do this in two phases and see how it looks. Hang out. Let's get to painting. We're going to start off with a good base of pearlized copper. Make sure the gun's running. Looks like it's running good. Yeah. Okay, so you can see what I did. I put this screen at an angle so that the scales are diamond shaped and not square. If I put it straight up and down, they'd be square, so they are diamond shaped, a little more lifelike, more scale-like. I've got it clamped down pretty good at the bottom, not caring so much at the top because the actual very bottom and the very top are going to be solid. The scales are primarily for the sides and a little bit around the front because this doesn't have any gill shape molded into the blank. So now we're going to put on pearlized tangerine. I love this color. Let's see how she's flowing. Flowing good. All right. Pretty much from the halfway point, a little bit higher than that, down to the bottom. All right, well, let's peel this off. Just take a look at what that mesh looks like under there. Well, this came out looking pretty good. A lot of this is going to get darkened up, but I kind of like it. Let's pull off another one. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. All right. Well, I had to take a little break, and I'm back. Cleaned out the brush. Let's see if it's working. All right, so now I'm just going to do the bellies and just get a little bit of overspray to cover up some of those scales. Not much, just a little bit up the sides. Let's throw a little detail moss green on the tops. I'm also going to hit this afterwards with a little sepia. I brought that down just a little bit more. Same with this one. Little detail sepia, just a few drops. And we're just going to touch up a little bit around the eyes. And just straight down the back. And maybe a little bit like towards where the gills would be. I don't want to obliterate the green. Okay, so I'm going to use these two different stencils. This is a crappie stencil, and I'm going to tape it off so that this part isn't getting any paint. And then this one, I like this detail. This is the baby bass, but I really like this detail right here. So I'm going to tape this one off and the back half of it. And we're going to paint with one, and then we're going to paint with the other, and see how that comes out. We shall see. All right. Aqua blue. U.S. Art Supply. Looks good. So what we're doing, just that area right there. And I think that's it. Let's heat set it. Sprayed that pretty heavy. See what it looks like. Well, it's a little bit more than I wanted. It's a little bit bigger than I wanted, actually, but I think it's going to be okay. So what we'll do now is we'll paint all these other ones the same. I think I won't go quite as heavy. I do like that color though. Yeah, the eyeball's going to cover that. I like it. It's going to be good. All right, so you see what I've done now. I've taped up this portion of it, and we'll put this in here. Let's pull this out. Good. clamp this up. Sorry, get you in the camera again. And now we need a little more paint. We're going to paint the back half of that with this kind of a crappie pattern. All right, well, I've got them all painted up. I did notice this right here. You can see right there on every one of these, there's just a little bit of paint got chipped off. And I think that's just due to the fact that they aren't made for the stencils that I was using. So I'm going to come back in, put a little bit more of that sepia on there. Then I might just do just a tad more around the eyeballs. All right, loaded up a little sepia. Just gonna run along the back there. We'll put a little more around the eyes. All right, number 1, done. Here, one of the things that I wanted to do, I forgot, was to put a little ear tab on there, because these don't really have any defined gills. So let's see if we can put a little ear tab on there with a little pearl black. Oh, and I smeared it. Can I salvage it is the question. I can, but I gotta paint over it. I'm gonna reduce my pressure quite a bit. And careful when I lift that off. Eyeballs. I'm opting to go with this orangish colored one. Ping! I just sent it flying. Oh well. Plenty more. Eyeball's a little small for that hole, but epoxy will fill it in. Perfect. All right, well, here you have the finished product. A lure I'm going to call the Pumpkin Diver, just because it's my version of a pumpkin seed on a deep diver, similar to a bomber. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.